All right, welcome back. Shiko Kaitani here with you. We're keeping up with the trends, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we are seeing so much on social media. Gentlemen, we know that you're excited because this is your month, the time of the year when you actually get to talk about mental health issues related and affecting men. And so we're having a great time in studio with global speaker Benjamin Zulu this morning. He's tackling it all for you. If you missed the first half of the show, pole sana, because he actually broke it down about what could be the core reasons as to what is getting so many men in that category of feeling depressed, feeling suicidal. Where is it all coming from? The anxiety, gentlemen, there are reasons behind it. And what he's challenging you to do this morning is to tackle it and not finding negative coping mechanisms to tackle that anxiety and that stress. Benjamin, welcome back to the show. FYI, I do have our IG fans, watching us live, so I'm doing what you do. So anyway, you're going to be telling us some of the resource material and suggestions that you would like to give gentlemen watching this show, Benjamin, so that we continue to promote wellness amongst men. One of the things that I also want to talk to you, right, about is the accountability factor. You know, when we look at the stats, we listen to experts in the health and wellness space. They actually say women are obviously more proactive about their health, about their wellness. So when it comes to you gentlemen, to you men, what is the issue? Speak about the importance of seeking help, investing in it. You are someone who invests in gaining knowledge and practicing things. So why is it important for men to just stop, allocate those resources to some of these things? Maybe we wouldn't be having as many cases.
Yes, and one thing that you've said about resources, when I set out to stop the generational mayhem that I inherited. Yeah. A lot of men are born to men who are not aware of themselves, who are not intentional about their well-being, who could not articulate where they were. You know, the ability to say, what is the time now? Some men can't tell you, where am I now? What am I feeling? Yeah. What am I dealing with? All right. A lot of men can't tell you whether they have gotten over the grief of a loved one, whether they have gotten over the way they were not preferred at home, where they were not selected, not preferentially. A lot of men have suffered setbacks and injustices that if you ask them, where are you with that? Just life, just forget it. So when I began to look for how to release intergenerational trauma, I could not find one material that could talk the African language. The African language of parents are taboo. You can't blame them. You can't say they did anything wrong. They're like a second God. You'll be cast. You'll be struck by lightning. Karma will find you. I could not find one person to agree with me. Yeah. And I'm not talking about just my parents. I'm talking about just the generational handed over silence, conspiracy of silence. Parents are always right. Parents are second God. Teachers or anybody in that authority, even if they hurt you, harsh it. I could not find a person to disagree with that. So that's why I wrote a book called Healing Your Inner Self to Commence Your Best Life. Okay. And I did that after reading from all many materials that were not, I couldn't find one centered place. Yeah. Or to have one conversation with one person and give me permission to be. So those are looking for materials I've published, and there's another on how to deal with the toxic relationships. A lot of men are suffering from the people they have kept in their lives in the name of we are family. These are friends. We have come from far. My boys. That woman has my child. Right. This is just my son. That's my daughter. These people helped me in the past. A lot of men just don't have the relational intelligence to know when to retire rotten fruits. Right. And they are being intoxicated. So I have Healing Your Inner Self and Dealing with Toxic Relationships. I have many books, but those two in particular for mental wellness. I have another one called Self-Mastery. Just mastering your feelings and your flow of life. Okay. Just knowing when to release, how to do catharsis. If men took care of themselves, they take care of their cars, their life will be very different. Men know when service is due. They can hear its funny sound. They can know when it is delaying. Like now I've just remembered, mine, the starter is not picking the way. Like it's not broken.
By the way, you guys have a sixth sense when it comes to machines. But when it comes to yourselves, you have no clue. Because you can be sitting and a man will drive your car and instantly tell you, by the way, kuna shida. And I'm like, what?
But the car is moving. But something is coming up. You need to attend
so why don't you have that sixth sense when it comes to yourself?
We don't think it's that important. We don't introspect. So the one way I want to tell men why it's important is that you're going to be a better lover, a happier man, a better athlete. In fact, the professional world, ask any great champion, they tell you they must always have a coach. In the professional world, men submit to the order there.
By the way, this is the thing. Wale wamefika, there's a problem. If you feel that you're a know-it-all,
the champion has a coach, the great athlete has a mentor. They always have people they pay to help them do better. Bro, just transfer that to your personal life. You're a warrior. You need a person to help you manage the feelings, the dynamics, the logistics. You need a person to help you with that. I've just seen another artist issuing a statement through his manager. The manager is issuing a statement. So this artist does not just confront every issue. He has somebody he can pay. Who is your emotional manager? Who is your personal life? It's true. Go to coaches, pay a counselor. Go to a room where you can just be real, not strong every time, not tough every time. I was forced when I was doing my PhD to do many hours of personal therapy.
Oh, wow.
Because it was required. For masters, I was required to do 25, and PhD, I was supposed to do 50.
That's
and I'm wondering, I'm okay, why all this? Can you just get done with it?
But there was a method to the madness.
By the end of it, I appreciated and say, I think the divine hand forced me to this. I offloaded so much I didn't know I was carrying. I unpacked so much I didn't know I had suppressed. Whatever you suppress, depresses you. I had so much silent depressions. I have closed those compartments. I don't like remembering it. What are you?
Can you imagine? And you are Benjamin Zulu.
And when I felt ventilated, I felt like now I am free. I'm at rest. You know, they say a clean conscience is a soft pillow. Many men are carrying guilt and they can't sleep well. They need alcohol to knock themselves off, because if they sleep clean, the thoughts come back. And it was things he was led to do, manipulate. Oh, you didn't know any better. He does not know how to forgive himself, how to release that. So I just want to ask men, normalize those sacred spaces where you release the old oil. When men clean their cars, they feel very satisfied. I was bragging with my wife that I cleaned the radiator. The car is now working so perfectly. She's on radiator. Okay, so like
big deal.
Whatever the difference. My car is breathing so well.
Correct.
You know, men can understand that part about mechanics. Can we take that to our psychology?
I love it. I love that analogy. That's amazing.
Yes.
You need to clean it up, gentlemen. Clean it up.
Yes.
Okay. There was something that you had mentioned, and I had intended to bring this up because we have a category of men who are dealing with a specific issue. You kind of mentioned it in the first half.
Yes.
And a lot of the gentlemen or the men that we know have some form of job, have something that they're doing that requires them to be under someone else. So we're talking about people who have issues with authoritative figures in their lives. So whether it's your father, whether it's your boss, and there's this, you know, there's this structure that you must follow.
Yes.
But that very same structure is what's pounding you, giving you sleepless nights because you feel like you're such an underperformer. How can men tackle that? Because it's not like they can quit their job, but man, Benjamin, the stress levels of that job.
So there are two ways here. We had a 19-year-old beating up a police.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where he got the guts from. That's just the wrong place to do that.
Alisema ni stress tu kidogo ilikuwa imenishika. Mi si mtu mbaya lakini nilipata tu stress kidogo.
You picked the wrong place to do that. The law enforcement officer is the wrong person to attack.
I know.
But I told them this is not the first authority he's attacking. He has been attacking authorities and getting away with it. Hakufunzwa na mama, sasa anafunzwa na ulimwengu. Apparently he had also stolen his mother's car to go on that thing he was going out for. Then he made a U-turn in the wrong place. When he was stopped, he assaulted the officer who was kind enough to let him go. Normally, when you assault trained, disciplined officers, it can get out of hand. Just thank God this one was disciplined and self-contained. If they're armed, it can get lethal.
Of course.
They can do self-defense. And I said, 19 is too young to have so much anger and resentment and contempt towards authority. What you have hinted at has two sides. One, when you have heard the curse of permissive parents, warning to women who are raising boys alone because you are married single, married by absent men, or you're actually single. Some women are married by absent men, so they are single. They're doing it alone. Single parent but married. Others are actually single because the man is not in the picture. Without anything. If you are raising a boy, the most important thing with raising boys, which is different from girls, it's there, but it's not the most important thing, is authority. The day you lose authority and he takes over control by learning to manipulate you, because you have a low self-esteem and you need to be liked by him, so that at least this one man approves me, thinks I'm worthy, the other one rejected me. If you don't heal from your self-esteem and you're deriving validation from being accepted and praised by your son, he takes over control. Once you lose control of your boy at home, he can't recognize authority anywhere else, at work, at government, any other place. So if you have the curse of being raised at a place where authority was not modeled, it will seem strange. Number two, when you have abusive authority, when you are okay yourself, you respect and you want order and hierarchy, but people are abusing it, simply stand your ground, transfer when you have to, have boundaries. The second one is easier to solve, even if it has inconveniences. But the first one, I want to ask you, don't wait until consequences bite you. Please look for a way you can learn how to respect order. In my first degree in law, we were saying senior counsel. When people attain the rank, you acknowledge it. You are in court, but this person is my lord. This person is you give authority credit where it's due. Take that ranking. We recognize, most men recognize ranking at work. To also in life. You have people who are just in authority. Just learn to respect them. Yes.
From the African perspective, this is also a very good one. Why is it for so many men in the African context considered a failure when divorce, separation from children takes place? It seems to me, Benjamin, that we have very many cases of men who cannot take the fact that nyumba imevunjika.
Yes.
What does that do to you as a man? It's
a failure of a project, the same way a business would fail. You are genuinely invested in it. But
is it because you look bad? Is it that you can't run your home? What is it?
All failure looks bad. All of it. When you fail in your business, at your work, when you lose job, when you're fired, any failure looks bad prima facie. Let's begin there. But the failure of marriage is particularly painful because society misinterprets it to be your failure.
As the man?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It takes two to tango. You can't maintain a marriage with a person who is not committed to maintaining it.
Period.
Sometimes the person who walks away is the winner. They divorce so that they don't die. Remember that. Sometimes people are performing the amputation, cutting off the marriage that is killing them so they don't die with it. Amputations are bad things, but sometimes they cut away what is dying so it does not kill all of you. There are some times when it is so misaligned that it is sinking you slowly. And when you have a loved one, tell them, I would rather have you divorced than to have you dead. You better come, be single than be in a casket. I prefer you to be happy than to be so unhappy and we lose who you used to be. Many of us have lost people in their life. They stopped being, they can't be reached, they can't even talk to you. Because they married an abuser controller, they can't be allowed to interact, they can't be themselves. You lose them when they are alive. And you know this person is...
That's not who they are.
Yes. So we are saying it's the society. And I want to ask men to have the courage. Like the late Bob Collymore, who could say, my first marriage, we messed it up because we were not committed, we were not serious. The second marriage, we were incompatible. And he was, you could hear him counting, say, by the third, I think his second ex or first, one of the women, they could exchange, collaborate about life. Talk about this medication, they dealt with cancer, both of them. They helped each other. They not say, there's no bad blood, we just realized that we're immature. Our egos were too big. We were not submitted to the process. We were not submitted to the mission.
That's some powerful stuff right there. I mean, who can do that?
That guy was so self-reflective and he broke records in the business world. Why don't we learn that? You can be self-reflective and admit where you got it wrong. You know, in the West, men can admit I did vasectomy. I don't want any more children. I had one guy talking so openly, saying, it's not castration. I can always enjoy life with my wife. But we are done with children, and we don't want, oops, and then it's a baby. And I said, I don't want to burden this woman with all those things. I was impressed.
But what? That
guy has 10 million followers. He was saying that in front of 10 million followers. The West is so self-realized, saying there will always be characters trying to shame him. Oh, you are not man enough anymore. I'm not a straight, I just vasectomy. I enjoy my life freely. I don't need all these funny things you guys are doing. And me and my wife, we are perfectly okay, perfectly faithful. Nobody is doing whatever. So the guy is so free, and I love that. He has come full circle, not to identify himself with the thing between his legs. He identifies himself with the thing between his ears. Can we migrate our identity from the lower quarters to the higher quarters so that how you think and how you see life, that's your pride, that you can be innovative, that you can be trusted. It's not just the erection that gives you direction. you actually have a real thing that navigates life. Can we navigate life from upstairs, men? Can we stop taking photos, directing attention there? That's too low, bro. That's like a donkey, man. Can we go to a better... Anatomy is not it. It's your brain, bro. Can we upgrade a little bit? Can we trust you for what you innovate? Bring a cure for cancer. Bring cure for HIV. Innovate solution for traffic menace. Don't just sleep with women, then you're professional baby daddy, getting children all over, creating human beings when you're not even present. Now you think you're man enough. If that is what makes you a man, a donkey is better than you because it has bigger anatomy. Can we at least upgrade? If your woman is repelling off family planning and you privately do the vasectomy or whatever, you at least winning for you and your family. You are making life easier. That's not me. That's just about me and my values and my principles. Can I introduce sanity to Africa so that we like the way the guy thinks? Not just because he can go 2 hours. Not 2 hours of working, 2 hours of weird things. That's what you are bragging with. Right. That you can do. No. Let's upgrade as men. It's mentality. In the West, they have done it. Many of them. We can do it too.
Oh, my God. Ashley, I think this show should end.
Even if you end men's show, we will be back.
We will be back, and we're not going to be focusing on your lower quarters.
No more downstairs. We are going upstairs.
We're only moving up. The only way is up.
Yes. All the other things are tools. They are not our identity. That's a gear lever. It's not the engine. The engine is here. That gear lever will not define us anymore.
I'm telling you. Amen and amen and amen. Let me tell you, women also have a role to play in all of this. We did kind of unpack about how we come in with the toxicity, Benjamin, and how there's not authentic people out there for every guy. But to be honest, we all have men that we love, our brothers, our fathers, our sons, and what have you. So with the men that we're raising, the men that we're dating, the men we're calling our husbands, how do we fit in this journey of helping them through their wellness so that, you know what, we have more men emerging healthier, happier, allowing themselves to be vulnerable? So what can the women do today?
Many women are raising sons, and they're the ones who are closer. Stop smothering men and making them mama's boys. I see a lot of you having conflicted relationship with your sons. He is 10 and you're holding him everywhere on the road, just touching him. He's already uncomfortable. You don't want to embarrass you because you're too lonely and too needy. You need all this. You see, and stop typing this nonsense. I asked God for a man who always loved me. He gave me my son. This is a small boy. Why are you burdening him with emotional baggage? Can you go be loved by the one you got the sons with? This is an innocent child trying to find a way through life. Don't burden your children with emotional baggage. Go be loved by your colleagues. This is a child. Be firm and warm. Show the way. Don't come here to cry. Don't undress in front of boys. You're creating all these incestuous imaginations. And then you're posting online, shaking what your mama gave you. You're already a mama. You're still showing what your mama gave you. If you get a child, grow up. Please behave yourself. Don't bring men at home and he's hearing you screaming and you lose moral authority to even tell him anything. You get drunk. You don't get drunk when you have a child. You will take what you've done and do it times 10. Then you tattoo your breast. He is breastfeeding, looking at tattoo. He tattoos the whole face and the whole body because he's taking what he saw in you and multiplying it by 20. You keep whiskey. You keep some alcohol in the fridge. He goes, buys all of it. His house is full of, because he saw it with you. Once you become a parent, become a role model. We're not saying you become perfect. Just become real. Try to behave yourself. Single mothers or people who have money. Many women have money. They think money is everything. And then you hire house help. You hire driver, you hire handlers, you get the best school, you get this so that the boy has presence but no presence. He does not have the parent. He just has the properties of the parent, the goodies. He has no values at all. He just learns drugs, manipulation, fun, partying. I talked to a group of parents and the problem was one, our children are not coming home. Long time ago, it was parents who are not coming home, they're drinking too much. Now it's children who are not coming home, they're drinking too much, and the parents are running around trying to track them. Because when they go on their drinking spree, they're not coming home. And I'm asking them, why did you reverse the roles? Because they lost control. Don't lose control. Once you get children, stop the partying madness. They will take it to the next notch. And they'll be doing it on your bill, on your headache, on your peace of mind, on your stress. Once you get a child, please grow up.
Okay.
Stabilize yourself. Go to church. Take the child to a place with values.
That's true.
Stop oversleeping on Sunday, making him think there's no concept of God. How will you tell him about morality?
Do you know my mother will hug you right now. I know wherever she is right now, she's like, you see, I told you. Now, okay. Your parting shot to now the women, those who are now the wives, tafadhali. Please help them help their men unpack literally in just one sentence, Benjamin. Then we can say goodbye.
We are saying, do not throw my weaknesses on my face when we are arguing. During moments of vulnerability, I may tell you my most sensitive secret. Don't weaponize them. Protect with them even when we disagree. Don't weaponize them. I'll continue trusting you. You will learn how to help me more.
Right.
You can work with my secrets and my struggles because I'm downloading them in piecemeal during moments of happiness when we are together, and you never make me feel uncomfortable or regret telling you my secrets. Yeah. You're not just all permissive. You're just soft and warm as a friend.
Okay.
Yes.
I love it. Hey, Benjamin, see, if we had 3 more hours now, this would have been a show and a half. Bongala show, award-winning. But unfortunately, all good things come to an end. Time really does fly when you're having fun. Okay, I think I laughed through most of this interview. I probably asked you like 2 questions. So that's Benjamin Zulu for you, ladies and gentlemen, global speaker here with us today. And gentlemen, we hope that you actually love this particular conversation. We dare you to catch it on YouTube, okay? Simply search the title of this particular topic and, of course, our guest today, and it will pop up. If you are looking to get some of this resource material that Benjamin had mentioned earlier on, why don't you DM me or go ahead and find him on his social media platforms, and he'll be happy to hook you up with some of this material that you can read through, and hopefully it will build you. Gentlemen, we wish you the best. We hope that you get to that point where you're seeking and searching, by the way, for that place that you call your solace, okay? We want happier and healthier men. Thanks so much for watching, Benjamin. You're a blessing. Asante sana. Lakini umetuingilia sana, but that's it. Let's leave it there and welcome the crew from Interactive. Shiko Kaitani saying asante sana. Benjamin, there's the camera. That was. Can we wave? Bye.
Hello, Benjamin Zulu Global or no social media.
Woo! There you go. Bye.